The first couple of chapters, you're like, oh God, no, what? No, don't. Almost like a horror film. No, don't go in the basement. No, don't drive after her. No, he did. Oh no, what's going to happen? I think the worst part of it, especially because you're younger, and this will happen to all of you, and it's fine. I'm not giving too much of the book away, is when he drives out to meet to go after his girlfriend, because she moved across the country in Australia. And she's like, oh yeah, we're boyfriend and girlfriend still. And men, I don't know if you ladies knew this, men, we use language because the words have meaning. Like, those are my sunglasses. What that means is, there are some sunglasses right here. I have them on the table. I purchased them, and they are mine. And the words, those, indicating those sunglasses, are my meaning ownership, sunglasses. So Aaron has uttered the English words. The wind came out of his mouth. His tongues and lips made it sound a certain way. And those words convey not only vital, but very accurate information. That is a bottle of water. I am going to go golfing. That kind of thing. So what women don't understand, women apparently there's a secondary, like you can switch between literal and female versions of English. So if a girl says, I want you to buy me a drink, there's a pretty good chance the words that were coming out of her mouth meant, she said, I, meaning her, want you, desires you, she's pointing at you now, to buy me a drink, meaning get your money, meaning your time and labor, your time, your finite time. I would like you to transfer part of your finite life in the form of money to, and by the way, I don't want to go to the bar and get it myself. I want you to expend further amounts of your finite life and time to fetch me the drink. Give me that drink, meaning drink, and give it to me. So transfer ownership of it from you to her. They're pretty literal when it comes to that. But then when it says, yeah, we're still going out, and then what happens is, it's going to happen to all you boys, if not multiple times, is where the girl does not have the balls. And you girls wonder, like, we're equal. Nope, not in this capacity. You are not equal in all things. You are drastically inferior in this. And this should be shameful, because it's one thing, are women going to go ask guys out? Okay, well, you're women, you don't. Are women going to be physically strong as it? No, you're not, because of biology. There's good things and bad things to not be equal in. Again, the complementary nature, where men are weak, women are strong, where women are weak, men are strong. But when it comes to honoring your word, and now women are going to switch to female English and not literal English, because that doesn't sound good. Honoring my word. That sounds like responsibility. That sounds like inconvenience and discomfort. And even though I'm not from North America, I am in Western civilization. When you don't tell the guy, I don't want to date you no more, because you just ain't got the balls, you lack the courage, and you think he's going to get the hint, you boys have got to look at her actions, not her words. And it happened to every guy, where you're like, all of a sudden the girl stops calling you. And this is girls you're dating. This isn't like a girl you dated 2 or 3 times. It's like your girlfriend all of a sudden stops calling you. You don't hear from her. And you have every right in the world, dude, what's going on? Meaning what? You're curious about an issue or a topic. Is, meaning the current events of things happening, going on. What is I am missing something here. And I would like to know what is going on. And then you get the voicemail, and then it goes there, and you don't get your texts responded, but we didn't have text back in those days. And Adam's so old, they didn't have telephones. That's why he had to ride his horse and buggy across the Great Plains of Australia and fight the Indians. It's basically the American history, but down south. And then knock on her door. And she, classical cowardice of women, didn't have the balls to tell him, we're through, we're not going on. Would have saved that poor young Adam Piggott, gosh, what was it, a week driving across the country? And that's the least of it. The worst of it is where you're clueless and delusional, and you get panicky and you're freaking out. Because frankly, girls ain't got the balls to treat you as an equal. Or act as an equal, I should say. You just got to figure it out. He'll inevitably go away and stop calling. It's like the equivalent of dumping a girl over text. If you guys ever dated a girl, and I don't know about you guys, but every time I would break up with a girl, I'd be like, I owe it to her to go up to her in person and tell her it's not going to work out. I should do that. Now I'm not so sure. You could do that out of morals and principles, maybe for your own benefit. To feel good about yourself, but I don't know if in today's age, and it's not even today's age, it was the same thing back in Pigot's and my generation, where these girls would just leave you high to dry and not have the decency, the civility to take, and then you just like, so maybe you should just dump girls over text. Heck, it'd be a blunt but polite email or voicemail or text. That's more than what a lot of these girls gave the guy. They just wouldn't say anything. Then you didn't know. That was the weird thing. Is like, you had yourself the girlfriend. Now think about this. I bet you this ran through Pigot's mind. Bet you this happened. He's driving across the country under the premise that he still has this girlfriend. And then he gets there and his calls aren't going answered. And that happens and you're like, hey, I thought, and you keep calling, you're like, wait a minute. Am I stalking my own girlfriend? Am I being creepy? Is she going to call the cops on me? And that's the position girls put poor boys in. And you're like, well, maybe I should. And all you want is like maybe resolution or just a straight up answer. And then, no, there you go. And then you inevitably go, and then that begins your journey to becoming a man. That is the first and major step in you truly understanding the nature of women. When you just don't set your expectations to that of an equivalent of a man. Now, some women will actually rise and exceed that expectation. God bless them. God bless them. But when it comes to that, you'll be like, oh, there's a game. Words. See, in male world, we use English. But in female world, there's two variants of English that have drastically different meanings. And thus the game begins. And then you come seeking us out over reading our books, over at Asshole Consulting, over at Return of Kings, over at Chateau Artiste, and you discover the interwebs. And to make it worse, just so you appreciate it, just to show you how barbaric times were, we didn't have no interwebs. You had to figure this out on your own. You had to figure out analog. You had to talk to men. And rarely, especially these baby boomer men, oh, they were worthless. They didn't give you no advice. Every once in a while you would find an old guy and he'd tell you the truth, but you wouldn't believe it because you were so indoctrinated. Oh, I'm going to be nice and kind and sweet because that's what girls like. That makes sense. And that's what my mom told me. Anyway, go check out his site, pushrubberdownhill.com. Listen to that latest